All right, thank you very much, Mr. Abims,
Yes.
Mr. Wojuade Kehinde,
Yes.
for taking the time to have this very important conversation with me. Let's start off with an introduction, Mr. Abims. Who are you, and how did you become well known in this space of fertility and reproductive health?
Okay. My name is Wojuade Kehinde Samuel. I'm a fertility scientist, and by background, I'm a medical laboratory scientist. But I have a special interest in fertility. So after graduating from school, NYC, then I started thinking because of my interest in fertility. This made me to seek for more knowledge. So in 2017, then I traveled to India just to seek more knowledge in male and female infertility. I went back in 2019. So in 2020, I went in 2020 where I went to Cairo. So that Cairo is about male infertility and also to study the artificial intelligence in male infertility, especially investigation. So maybe because of wide knowledge I have in fertility diagnosis, that is what make me to be popular because I'm on social media, and what I do most on social media is to share knowledge and to talk about fertility. But because of the name of my office, Abims Fertility and Andrology, which is a one-stop center for fertility investigation and management, then maybe that will make me to be more popular because social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, especially TikToks. Yes, I have a lot of followers.
Okay. So let's start with stress and its impact on sex drive. As you know, today's life is very difficult. You know, we're constantly juggling with bills, our responsibilities, you know, the social life that we do have today. All of these things add up to our stress level. It
Yes.
tends to jack up our stress level.
Yes.
And I believe what you like to call the cortisol level,
Yes.
right? Raising up the cortisol level. So, you know, how can we put it under control, so to speak?
Okay, like, stress hormone is cortisol,
Yes.
but the sex hormone
Yeah.
is oxytocin and endorphin.
Yeah.
You see, these two sex hormones, they have effect on cortisol. They lower the cortisol level
Yeah.
of any human being. But when you have a bad stress, whereby the cortisol level is above normal, then they have a negative feedback mechanism on the two sex hormone, like oxytocin and endorphin. So if you are now thinking, now there's no way, especially people like us that is in Lagos, there is no way we can stay away from stress because a lot of things come to our mind. As a man, as a woman, you have a lot of bills to pay, a lot of activities, family responsibility.
Yes.
So that you are not going to pass through the stress. You are not ready to make money in Lagos State.
Exactly. Yeah, and if I may, is it true that sex helps to reduce this level that we're talking about here? That if it is true, you need to educate us about that. If it helps to relieve off of stress. And secondly, I also want to find out, you know, when people are too stressed up, sex is the last thing on their mind. So
Truly, sex relieve stress.
okay.
When you are not having a bad stress.
Okay.
But there's a clause to it. If we said, okay, if I'm stressed up, I go have sex, that is when you are having what we call, you're having intimacy. Because when we are talking about sex now, it's different from love making.
Okay.
Because when you say sex reduce stress, that means you're having sex with a woman or a man that you love.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, anybody can have sex without having intimacy with anybody. These are what happen when you see a man parading themselves with harlot or prostitute. That means you are just going there, you don't love that person, don't intimacy. But if you have a real intimacy with a woman, with a man, then if you're having sex can reduce cortisol. Because at that point in time, you are not just doing it because you want to do it, but you are doing it to share affection, to express your mind, your feelings with a woman or with a man. At the end of the day, your oxytocin or endorphin will increase. This type of stress, this type of sex you are talking about is not the one you just open a woman's leg or a man just enter. No, this one that is like you prepare.
Okay.
When you prepare, you start the process, you take it a particular level, you do not rush, and you come down with it. That is type of sex that relieves stress. It is true.
Okay. Let's also touch on mismatch sex drives
Okay.
and also emotional connection.
Okay.
I'd like us to touch on that next. In this era of oversharing online, people share all sorts of things online now. People get married to people or partners with higher sex drives or sometimes lower sex drives than themselves. So in such cases, how can couples navigate all of this without things falling apart?
One of the things, if there is a mismatch, like you talk about, like you said now, is communication is the key.
Okay.
Like if you are a man, your sex drive is very high, your libido is very high, and you go and marry a woman that the sex drive for sex, the libido is very low, there could be a problem, because each time you are requesting for sex, a woman or a man can tell you, say, I'm not ready, I'm not in the mood, and that thing can cause a problem in relationship. So the way you handle it is one, communication. In that wise, the best way is, like I told you the other time, say prepare. That means you won't just come home and tell your wife, say, baby, go and bath, I'm coming. No. Maybe from the morning you can take your phone and start sending a dirty text messages. Say, babe, this night we are going to eat ourselves. That is a man that has a high libido. I'm talking about now. So that means you start sending messages, a lot of things to your wife to prepare her mind before you get home in the evening. And when you now get home, you start, maybe when you people are eating, you can start saying some words that will initiate or ignite arousal sexually. Like, it's like this your breast today. Somebody need to suck these two breasts. So that is a man. But if a woman that the sex libido, the sex drive is very high, or the libido is very high, yes, like I told people, I used to ask women when they sit in front of, how many times, maybe when you and your husband, you are eating, only you just remove your breast, as you eat food finish, come suck this breast. Or how many times, maybe you are in the house with your husband, I go and tell him and say, look, this time around, you don't need to do anything. I'm going to be the one to start these activities. And gentleman like that, I'm going to be on top. This is the way to, that communication, that you express your feelings, both factual and physical. The second one is, those two couples, when they have mismatch with their intimacy, they need to understand each other.
Okay.
Yes, they need to understand that my libido is very high, yours is very low. So there must be patience. There must be, two of them need to understand that, how do I get you to the mood when I need you? Yes, how do you get me to the mood because you need me? So this is what the two couples need to know when there is kind of a problem within the relationship.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. So you've mentioned communication can help fill that gap. But I also want to check, for some people, having sex is how they feel loved. And for some, you need to get them to feel loved first before sex can happen, especially the female part, for females, for the women. In your experience, let me check in your experience. Is this true? Does emotional connection have any role to play in all of this?
You see, emotion has a lot to play when you talk of sexual. sexual activity between two people.
Yeah.
If we want to be sincere, like I told you, if you are not engaged, if you are not engaging yourself, two people engaging themselves in sexual activity that is banned with maybe a cashback,
Okay.
or because of you help me, I help you. For any man to have sex with a woman, for any woman to accept any man to have sex with them, there must be emotional connection. Because else, that means a woman will just lie down, a man on top, do what you want to do, let me get out. But if truly they want to express their emotions, they want to express their feelings, then emotions must be there, very high. Because this is what will make the feelings, the arousal to be real.
Okay.
Not that when a man and the woman is having sex, one of them start pretending as if he's enjoying the sex.
Yeah.
But rather, if truly a woman is enjoying the sex, a man is enjoying the sex, they don't need to pretend.
Okay.
Their body language and body activity will show. So it is important that emotions is involved.
Okay.
Two of them, emotion must connect before a two people, a man and a woman can enjoy sex.
Okay, thank you. I need us to also touch on libido. I
Okay.
mean, it's another one that I don't want us to lose sight of.
Okay.
Many believe that sex drive is all about hormones.
Yes.
Yes. So you're the expert here, especially testosterone,
Yes.
if I'm correct now. But if this were true, aging and lower hormones level should reduce the desire for
yes,
sex.
okay.
Yes, but yet we find some older people that are having good sexual relations with their partners. So how would you, I'd like you to educate us on this
Okay.
now, Dr. Abims.
Yes,
Is there anything else that is involved in this?
There are a lot
libido
of
cocktails?
yes, there's a lot of things that are involved in this.
Yes.
When the man is increasing in age,
Yes.
we expect that the testosterone should be coming down.
Yes.
But you find out that there are some old men, even when they continue to have a great sex till they are 60, till they are 70. Three things involved: their lifestyle. They have a quality lifestyle. They don't drink, they don't smoke. Then they they pay attention to their medicals regularly. They go to check up and they do exercise. You know, at times sexual activity is like exercise too.
Yes.
So that is number one. Number two, some of these old men, they are having sex with a younger woman that they love.
Okay.
That is why some of them, if you see those any old men that stay active on bed, they don't go through prostitute.
No,
That's why you see some of them, they have younger, they now go and married a younger lady. And that time, that means because they are marrying a younger lady and they love that lady very well, maybe the physique, the way the person look like, this thing ignites their sexual hormone back.
Okay.
So then, because they now start practicing sex regularly, their body get used to it. That's why I said in one of my videos that this is the more reason you see all these old men, they look for small girl.
Yeah.
Because this is the way they can tune or fine-tune their sex hormone.
Okay.
Because they like what they see. You know, when your eyes is seeing things that you like, your mind will be ignited.
Yes.
So that is what continue to drive their sexual activities. Even when they are getting to 60, 70, that is why I said they like what they see, the emotions is there, and especially they have a quality lifestyle.
Okay.
They pay attention to their health.
Okay, thank you very much. So it goes beyond just
hormones, goes beyond just hormones.
Okay. So I've read in some articles online that many women struggle with low libido and or they have this difficulty climaxing, that getting orgasm. So is this true, first of all? And are there effective remedies, for such?
Yes, it is true.
Okay.
We have a lot of women that when they have sex, they don't reach orgasm. What they know is, number one, they will just know that when the man does whatever I wanted to do, they go away. It is true. But the remedy for this is a woman must develop interest in sex. Okay. Some women, they do not have interest in sex. Okay. Although the basic line is hormones. There are female reproductive hormones. If it's not balanced, the woman will not have interest in sex and they won't get orgasm. One of the problems is PCOS. If any woman has a PCOS, the one is not balanced. It's a metabolic disorder in women. If the hormone is not balanced, then their body start behaving like a body of a man. They don't like sex, especially for women that their testosterone is high. You know, testosterone is a male hormone, supposed not to be found in women. If it is being found in a woman, it's a very reduced. But when it is increased, then women will not be enjoying sex. So even when you treat this hormone and you balance it, woman must improve in sexual activity, develop interest. That's number one. Number two, they should be having sex with a partner who knows what we call intimacy. Okay. Intimacy means romance, kissing, foreplay. That means you won't just take them and open their leg and just enter. No. So if a woman want to change this in your body, you don't like sex or you don't enjoy sex or you don't reach orgasm, that means you need to pay attention to foreplay, romance, kissing. Then this is what a man need to do to their body, exploit their body before the real sexual activities. And then the third one is after the interest, intimacy. The third one is patience. Woman need to calm, so that if he finds a man that could do all this, they need to now calm down so that they can take her from 0 level to high level.
Okay. Okay.
Then if this continue every day and woman develop interest, this change in her body. Okay. Then it got to a point, any slight touch
triggers. Okay. Okay. So I'm just curious now, Mr. Abims, when a woman reaches menopause, can they still experience orgasm? Can they still climax?
No. Many women, because when a woman reaches menopause,
okay,
all the hormones put them nose down, and at that point in time, vagina will try to not to be wet again, try to get dry. Then there's something we call hot flush. These are the kind of symptoms they will be feeling. And if any woman want to start going to outside having sex, when the vagina is dry, it will be a lot of friction when the penis enter that place. So the woman will not even enjoy the sex. So when the woman enter menopause, all the productive hormone goes down, especially the estrogen becomes very high. And when the estrogen becomes too high, the vagina keep becoming dry. And when the penis want to enter, there will be a friction, then hot flush. The woman will not enjoy the sex. So the best thing is.
Okay, so what happens to their partner in this case?
And that is the problem now. You see, that is why at times when the woman get to that level, I'm not suggesting to any man now. Okay. That's why you see, when you see online, they say one old man is carrying one small girl all about. It's because our own libido is still high and he cannot go before the wife in the house is not trying to cooperate again. Yes. Because women will not like any activities that when they do it, their body will be scattered because of the hormone is not there. The vagina has become dry after having sex. Inside become very hot. They won't get themselves. So that's why you see a man will now start looking for how to sort out his own body problem, his own emotions when it comes to sexual activities. But what I would suggest is this: when a woman get to 40 plus, there are some supplements they can start taking, so that at which this menopause will come, the effect of it will reduce. But some of them will start thinking, no, be mama, I'm not having child again.
So,
What else? For me to start taking hormonal drugs. But rather, you can be taking some fertility drug, hormonal drugs, so that to slow down the menopause issue in your body, signs and symptoms, so that you can still have more years to cope with your husband when your husband is still very active. And because to me, a man at 50, when they engage in regular sexual activities, their body masters it, then they can still be sexually active till they get to 70 without being taking hormonal drug to have sex. Natural. And these are the men that they do a lot of activities, they do exercise, so their body will still be functioning. So for a woman, if you say what the woman would do, is my advice, before any woman get to 40, 45, go to hospital, do test, so you can say, okay, start taking this, so that effect of menopause will not come very sharp.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I don't want us to also live without talking about technology and the effect on all of this. My background is in technology, so as a technology enthusiast now, I know that technology is meant to connect us, but sometimes what we find is that it takes a lot of our time and it distracts us a lot. So you find people now checking emails while having dinner, while on bed they are scrolling through their social media pages instead of trying to bond with their partners. So I would like to get your experience on this. How is this affecting intimacy, and how can we fix it?
Tech has the way it helps and affects badly.
Yes.
You know, like reality is a distraction, and a lot of people goes online, go to different sites. For example, now the way it could affect a man is this: if a man, instead of, like you said, instead of a man to bond with his wife, he go to a site and start watching porn, watching all these sex movie. He get to a point, even his penis will not be raised when he see any woman naked. We are not talking about the wife now, any woman. But for example, when you talk of masturbation now, the bad effect of masturbation is a man will not be able to have sex with a woman, but he can masturbate and release anytime he wants. But anytime a woman is in front of such person, the penis will not raise. So the bad effect of tech is it normally give us a distraction, and it takes some of our time. Some of us, instead of us to leave work at office, we still take our computer, we take it home, our gadget home. So the time you're supposed to lie down with your wife, even with you are not feeling to have sex. But when two body come together and become one with one cloth, something can happen. Petrol can catch fire anytime. But rather, we stay on our system. And you know that some of us that we use computer, especially this laptop, we place it on our lap, on our lap, and the heat that is generating from this can affect our testicle, whereby it's very closer to our gonads, so that produce our reproductive hormone. So this is the bad side of it. But the good side of it is, see what we are discussing now.
Yes.
You can go online. I came home, I want to have sex with my wife. My body is not working. Let me put it that because you're online. What do I do? You can see what you need to do. But one of the things they will suggest to you online, exercise, eat fruit, and rest. Because you see, rest is very important. When I'm talking about reproductive health. Then there's something we call mental stress too. Some of us, we say we are not, our work is not stressful, but we engage ourselves in mental stress. A lot of things, especially we tech people, a lot of things come from our brain before we start thinking of how to do it online. So the bad effect is you can distract us, you can do a lot of things online that will take our mind from what we're supposed to do with our spouse. The good effect is, I'm telling you, any way you want it, go and put it on Google. It will give you answer. Even all this AI, ChatGPT, all the rest, just tell the person, please, so I want you to suggest to me. I'm in the house now, and I wanted to have sex with my wife, and I don't know what to do, they will suggest to you. They can go and follow. It's only you need a medical attention. You need somebody to attend to you one-on-one, even if you are seeking internet for help.
Okay.
So these are the way the tech affects positively and negatively.
So it's best to create a demand. Keep work and
And
work.
you are doing.
And when
you get home, you don't go and start looking, because the problem of tech is you may say you are looking for one thing, before you know say you can open so many pages. But when you check this, you check, 1 hour, 2 hours, you are still there. Some people say, okay, let me quickly check something. Now you may, like you said, you may say, okay, let me check 1 or 2 emails, or let me check that there is no email for me to respond to. You can see 1 or 2, 3. You read it. Okay, let me do this one. Let me do. Before you know it, you stay more than 1 hour on the computer.
It's true. You mentioned something earlier about masturbation. Females do masturbate too.
Yes.
You mentioned a side effect.
Yes.
Is it true for the females too?
Yeah, for the female too. If a man keep masturbating, the bad effect is when you become habit, then you got to a point you won't like sex. Even when they tell you to, when you sleep with a woman is beside you, your prick will not, your bola will not release at all. But let you go and just stand up and say you go to bedroom now. It will happen.
Okay.
For women, what happens in a woman that continue to masturbate, they don't enjoy sex. They won't reach orgasm with a man on top of them. They won't feel that a man is inside them. Even if they touch their breast, they won't feel it. No sexual feelings. But when they want to masturbate, that thing take them to climax and they release and they come down. But if a man is with them, those sexual feelings will not be there. It's very bad. That's why it is not good for a man and woman to go into that. If anybody has gone to that level and is on this level we are talking about now, that person needs to seek for medical attention.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Abims. Let's wrap up with this now. How can we fight back against all of these things, these silent killers that we mentioned, the stress, the fatigue, the low libido? So let's get your advice.
Okay. How do we fight back? One, let's pay attention to our health. It is important. All of us, no matter how our busy schedule look like, we need to know that rest is important. Rest. Sleep is not rest at time. So for rest, no, sleep is not rest. Then we are talking about meditation. Everybody need to create 2 to 5 minutes every day, either morning, in the evening. You just sit down, you roll your head like this, close your eyes, meditate. You want to do, because at that point in time, your brain, your mind is free. The third one is exercise is important. You need to do exercise. Number 4, if you have a spouse, you need to start establishing a good emotions with our spouse, because some of us, we just marry, we don't know what they cause emotion. That is why you see husband and wife, when they want to have sex, they have sex, they go and sleep. Nothing start the process, nothing end the process. That's why you see a man will have a sex with his wife, make a release, stand up from the bed, just take the clothes, just take the clothes and go and sleep. No talk, no discussion, no anything. Then communication is there too. So upon that, when we find out that we have issue like this, we should seek medical help. Go to professionals that you can talk to. So if they need to do some tests, like all these hormonal tests, then give you just to correct it. I think with this, the situation will be changed.
Thank you very much. I guess this is a good place to wrap up today's conversation with you. Thank you very much, Mr. Kehinde. Yes. I hope you've listened in. Try to take Mr. Abim's advice on what he has mentioned so far. And please do subscribe, like the channel, and share with others too, so they can benefit from this content. So here's what we're going to call it a wrap today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again another time. Bye-bye.